What's up, guys? Hello and welcome to the new episode of the India Travel Explorations. So, in the last episode, you saw we hopped on a train and came from Jodhpur to another town, Rajasthan, called Kota, which is the town I spent 10 years of my initial life here. I basically grew up here in the early years. So, we were exploring, and last night we were just walking around the accommodation. Went to this chapati area, had some snacks and dinner, and also ate a pan, which is betel leaf, as a mouth freshener, and just a little bit roaming around. And the train ride was quite fun. We had a sleeper berth, so we slept very nicely on it, and then we were just resting around mostly. And today the plan is to go and explore and revisit the places where I used to live at and where I used to go when I was a child. So waiting for the cab to arrive, and then off we go for the exploration for the day. Stay tuned and enjoy the vlog. So our first stop for the day is this Godavari Temple. Today is Tuesday and this is Lord Hanuman Temple, so it's a perfect time to be here. Let's go in and get some blessings. Feeding fresh fodder to the cow is considered auspicious. That's why they have this cow farm here, and you can feed them, of course, through a cage for safety. But it's a cool experience. This is the Godavari Dam Temple. They have different smaller temples inside and different areas where you could feed the cow, and that's the bigger campus. It's a really cool place to be, very refreshing. This is a very peculiar sight. There are birds that normally sit on or around the buffaloes. You can see everywhere. They clean each other. It's like a perfect ecosystem. And these buffaloes, they like to take a shower in the mud, for mud bath cools them down. There's a baby buffalo there as well. And buffalo and cow milk is really popular in India. I think buffalo milk is slightly heavier. We normally drink cow milk more often than buffalo milk. So we are now approaching Geparnath, which is a viewpoint, should have a nice waterfall. We used to come here a lot for the picnics when I was a child. Normally back in the days the cars used to go all the way to the viewpoint, but now they've blocked it off, so we just have to walk this route. And then I saw these buffaloes chilling here, so I stopped on the way. Let's get closer to the viewpoint and enjoy some nice views. We are approaching our first water crossing. Trying to cross this with the shoes on is not working, so I have to remove the shoes and try again. This was such a cool sight, totally worth the visit. That waterfall, all the water falling from the mountains, they fall directly on that Shiva temple. I went inside the Shivling, so if you see that very carefully, it's the same water coming from the mountains. And then down there is where the heavy flow is, somewhere over there, which of course for safety reasons is not accessible by the public. But the views here are really nice. We are on a new destination, some more buffaloes here grazing. This destination is supposedly a temple at the edge of a canyon, the Chambal Canyon. It's about a 1 kilometer walk and it's inside a nature reserve, so you have to pay the entrance fee, but it's quite nice views. Hopefully, let's see, we can get there before it starts raining. Yeah, it just started raining when we got here, so we still have to go to this Garaya Mahadev temple, but we're just stopping by at the viewpoint, taking shade under the shelter. But look at the views. That's the Chambal River, that's the gorge around it, such lush greenery and fresh rain. Amazing and peaceful. Not very many people here and absolutely no tourists around, so probably this is a very offbeat location. So hopefully if you're watching these vlogs, you will enjoy this and try to come over here. I'll try and see if I can make friends with some villager who's headed with the herd of buffaloes to a pond. I guess these are roaming wild and free as this is a nature preserve, just grazing naturally, but if they head over to a pond somewhere, it's gonna be so much fun to swim with them. Villagers normally do it, especially the one who's leading the herd, but I've never had this chance ever in my life. That could be a cool experience. Let's see if I get a chance at some point. So there is the Chambal River, and we came down a little bit from that viewpoint, and there is another Shivling, Garaya Mahadev, and then there is this waterfall. Some people are showering, some people are chilling, and what you saw was my father offering water to Lord Shiva. That's what I was mentioning in the previous spot in Geparnath. I was like, all natural. Here you have to do it by yourself. This is the kind of rocky terrain you have to walk, and a little bit of off-road and then a bit rocky terrain, and you go past this area. That's a nice viewpoint, and then you go down from there to go to the temple. This is about 20 odd kilometers from the previous viewpoint, so you end up covering about 40 kilometers because partly you have to go back to the Kota city to come here. They are on opposite directions. This is called Garadiya Mahadev. Unfortunately, there is no board in English here that I could take a picture for you, but I'll put that in the comments somewhere so you could try and come. Normally you'd have to take a taxi to come here. It's a very offbeat location, but it's really beautiful. I mean, I spoke to the previous colleagues and friends who used to live here with us in Kota city back in the days. None of us seem to remember to have ever visited here. Even my father doesn't remember this place. So looks like we uncovered a new site. So that's the beauty of this area. Now let's see what's up next. By the way, on the way out, I found this attendance care ID card for somebody named Avinav Joshi, pre-medical, from the Allen Institute. I'm leaving it at the entrance with the guards. Abhinav, if you are watching this vlog, or if somebody shares this vlog with you, you can go and collect it from there. Everywhere you're going to find these kind of warnings from the forest department, because this is a tiger preserve, as I said, and all of this is a protected area, and there are wild animals, deer, panthers, tigers, etc. So be careful and don't mess with the wildlife here. So that's the name of the place, Garadiya Mahadev, written on top in yellow there. Forget the statement that it says at the bottom. I just took this in the frame so that you can find this place if you wanted to. There are very few board signs here in English, so I'm guessing mostly locals come here. Just like Mumbai has a Mumbai-Worli Sea Link, Kota also has this bridge. It's called a hanging bridge. And the cool thing is this bridge has no pillars going down to the bottom. This is a Ganesh temple. I used to visit here a lot as a kid with my parents, so it's fun to revisit again. We used to come here quite frequently on the weekends. Let's see how much it has changed on the inside. The entrance itself is quite different now. This used to be all broken and kind of off-road like fields, and I don't remember this park and fountain here, but there used to be a lot of peacocks. Now I'm greeted with a piggy, but that's cool. The main highlight of this place was was the Lord Ganesha's deity, which is at the end after a little bit of a walk. Oh, there also seems to be a nice park next door. Not sure what this park is, but at least at the entrance that board sign says Ganesh Park. Maybe gonna swing by a little bit. Let's see how much time we have. That's the frame I was trying to capture with the buffaloes, the crane sitting on them, and they just keep grazing, help each other out. It's a very interesting sight, and it's always this bird for some reason. I don't know why the other birds don't work with them. You see, keep maintaining the balance as they move around, but they don't get off. This is a really nice and big park, has some seating area, lush greenery, a bit of nursery. It seems like they're still under construction. Still, it's quite a big park. When it will be completed, it will be really nice. So the theme of today's episode was to revisit some of the old places I used to visit with my family and find some new offbeat hidden gems in this small town of Kota that is often skipped by most of the visitors who come to Rajasthan. So I hope you got to see some fresh perspective and would consider putting Kota on your to-do list when you're visiting Rajasthan or India in general. With this, closing this episode, and I'll see you again next time. This is the Rustic Wanderer signing off from a nice lush green garden. Just gonna chill here, enjoy the rain, enjoy the greenery, and have a nice time. Alright then, see you next time. Take care. Bye.